this is Angelica with Etch Steel and Vinyl. I just want to show you guys a quick tutorial of how to apply our vinyl stickers to any surface you want. So you can get your vinyl on your surfaces easily and efficiently so they can last forever, and you can customize anything you want. And the first step is always to prep your surface. What I'm going to be using today is just some isopropyl alcohol. You can use Windex, you can use eyeglass cleaner, whatever you have. Soap and water is fine. You always want to be aware what surface you're putting it on though, because a strong enough isopropyl alcohol can melt plastics, or it can melt paints, can peel paints, can tarnish things. So either test in an inconspicuous area or just use something else other than alcohol. This is a hard plastic that I know is going to be safe to use with the alcohol. And then I also have a lint-free cloth. You can either use a paper towel or like an eyeglass cleaning cloth, things like that. Just something that's not going to leave behind any lint or dust. And so what your cleaning stage is going to do is remove any lint or dirt, dust that's going to leave bumps in your sticker. It's also going to remove any oils from your surface, because the oils will interfere with the adhesives in the vinyl and make it peel a lot sooner than it should. Vinyl stickers should last indefinitely if prepared correctly. If they're in hard weather, like lots of rain and heat, like on the back of your car, they can last multiple years. You always want to prep your surface, make sure it's nice and clean. Be careful with the oils of your hands are very dangerous. If you want to put gloves on, go for it. But once you've prepped your surface, just be careful with the oil on your hands. So on your vinyl sticker, you have two different parts. You have the white backing, and then you have the front that is your transfer tape. You can't really see the vinyl in here too much, but the sticker itself is white. We'll see it more once we take it off the paper back. Those are the two different parts. So the transfer tape is going to get it from this onto the case, and then we'll peel the transfer tape and you'll be able to see the sticker good. So the first step is to take off the paper, and you want to start to get it to separate. So if you see here, it's not separating onto the transfer tape, it's still sticking on the paper. So what you want to do is peel at a really shallow angle, 45 degrees or less, and you can even go in there with like your fingernail and start to assist it off. And so a really, really shallow angle, almost rolling it off. You want to start getting that paper back off, so then your sticker is only on that transparent transfer tape. And we're outside, so I'm crossing my fingers that the wind's not going to pick up any dust on our sticker. We're going along. If any corners of your sticker don't want to come off the transfer or off the paper backing, just go back and assist it with your fingernail. But once it starts, it should all come off really easy. But some of these letters are being tricky, but I'm just pressing it down and going real slow and assisting it off. So it's okay to touch the transfer tape, because that's going to come off. You want to be careful not to touch any of your vinyl sticker with your hands as much as possible, because that's where the oils are going to interfere with the adhesive. So now paper, that's done, that's trash. We don't care about that anymore. And we're going to line it up exactly where we want it. Always try to start with an edge, don't just slap it down, because depending on the strength of the vinyl or how well the vinyl is going to adhere to your surface, if you just slap it on, it's going to be hard to peel it back off and adjust it if you put it on crooked. So always start with just one little edge, and you want to be careful it's nice and straight and perfect. If you want beforehand, you can go in with like a whiteboard marker and mark off your corners and give yourself a little bit of a grid to line up to. So I'm going to go in and make sure that the base of my transfer tape is nice and parallel with the case. If you have a friend, you can even go in with a ruler and make sure everything's nice and straight. And so then what you want to do is make sure there's no air bubbles, is slowly assist it down. So what I'm doing is going across, back and forth, and just slowly rolling it down. So now it's on. we still have the transfer tape on. So now we have the sticker on, we just have to get the transfer tape off. So to make sure that the vinyl is completely adhered to our surface, you can take a squeegee. I just have a Panera gift card, doesn't matter. And you want to just press it down really well. And you want to press across the surface. You don't want to dig into the surface like this because you can kind of catch a corner and snag your vinyl. So always just smooth it and press it down and go across. And do that a couple times all over your surface to make sure the entire vinyl is completely applied. Alright, so once everything is good and pressed down and I feel confident it's all really well adhered, we can remove the transfer tape. So just like when we remove the paper backing, you want to remove the transfer tape at a very shallow angle, again almost just rolling it against the surface. So 45 degrees is the highest you want to go, but I like just rolling it off the surface. That way you can see if the vinyl is still sticking to the transfer tape. But you want to do this really, really slowly because in these little corners here, if the vinyl were to still stick to the transfer tape, you don't want to move too fast because you don't want to warp your vinyl and tear it. So then you could just, so like for example, if the corner of this D were still stuck to the transfer tape, I would just roll it down, press it real good, and then go back. But this one seems to be behaving really well. Black on white is a nice look. You gotta be careful in the negative space where the vinyl isn't, just because sometimes the transfer tape will jump. You don't want to accidentally tear anything. And don't get anxious when you get at the end, you're like, ah, I'm almost done, and then you tear it, and the very end is ripped and warped. So you're gonna take your time all the way to the very end. And that is it. So now that your vinyl is applied, there's not really too much aftercare to worry about. Outdoor vinyl is very versatile, it's strong, it can stand the weather, hard rain. The adhesive in outdoor vinyl is not water-based, so it's safe to use outdoors on the back of your car, things like that. There is indoor vinyl that is a little bit more water-based, so it's not safe to use outdoors. But the outdoor vinyl, safe to use outdoors, even safe to use indoors. I've seen people use it on cups and plates, throw it in the dishwasher, last year's. So things like that are fine. This vinyl here on Binh's camera case is gonna last for eternity. Be careful with any kind of cleaners, like the isopropyl alcohol. I wouldn't put it back on there. That can damage the adhesive, but wiping this case down with water and soap, totally fine as long as you're not scrubbing it, digging at the corners to peel up the vinyl. If you ever do want to remove a vinyl from your car window, if you're selling it, you want to get rid of that team logo, whatever it may be, all you have to do is apply a heat gun or hair dryer, things like that, and it'll peel right off really easily. So really direct, strong heat will melt the adhesive and you'll be able to pull it off really quickly. And then you just have to take either some alcohol or Goo Gone, whatever cleaning agent you want to use to remove the leftover adhesive. So hopefully that tutorial was able to help you apply your decal, and it'll be easy to do it from now on. So my name is Angelica. I'm with Etch Steel and Vinyl. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Etch Steel. You can look at all of our different products, from etch mugs to all of our different vinyl products.